Thank you for continuing to listen to the Loved Ones podcast by Broken Arts Entertainment. This is Hanging On for Near Life. Starring Dana Hall, Derek Kingsley, and Hannah Lee DeFreitas. Directed by Helen May Crawford and written by John Busser. Stay tuned after the show for additional podcast material.
Good morning, Ma.
What's good about it?
It's sunny out. Looks like it'll be a nice day.
It's going to rain. Days like this never last.
This one will. Weatherman says it's going to be sunny all week.
Oh, and you believe him?
Yeah, the 5 days says it should be sunny skies and temperatures in the mid-70s.
Why do you believe him? I'm your mother.
I know you're my mother, but he's the weatherman. He would know.
I'm not good enough to tell you the weather.
Of course you're good enough to tell me, but you only know what you hear from the weatherman.
I know more than you think, Roger. Show some respect to your mother.
Ma, you only think you know what's going to happen because of...
Because of my knee. My knee is never wrong. Never. It tells me it's going to rain.
When your knee is endorsed by the National Weather Service, I'll maybe give it a listen. Until now, I'll consult the snake charmer on Channel 7.
Of course. You'll take his side. You always do.
I'm not taking his side, Ma. That's his area of expertise.
I should die with the disrespect you show my invaluable knee.
I wish you would trust in the man whose very job it is to tell you it'll be sunny today.
I don't trust any man whose job it is to look out the window and tell me it won't rain when my knee tells me very specifically that it will. My knee is not a liar.
What about last week when it stormed? Your knee didn't say anything about taking an umbrella. I got soaked clear through to my gotchis.
Oh, it knew. It just wasn't talking to you.
You could have told me.
I wasn't talking to you either.
And why was that?
Because you haven't given me what I asked for.
Refresh my memory.
A grandbaby. I've told you time and again. I want a little grandbaby before I die.
Oh, right. Sorry, that slipped my mind. I'll pop over to Kids R Us, see what's on the shelves.
Again with the disrespect. It's a baby. What's the big deal? You and that Carrie person are boinking like rabbits every time she stays over. She should have dropped one out by now through sheer repetition.
Okay, first, ew. Second, it's Kelly, not Carrie. And third, no, there is no third. I'm not discussing this.
Before I die, Roger. You hear me? Before I die. Is that too much to ask?
Actually, I think it is, Ma.
Why? Why do you deny me? The woman who brought you into this world, raised you like her own son.
I am your own son.
And all I ask is that I get to hear the pitter-patter of tiny feet again.
I'll get you a puppy.
Ugh, the disrespect. Remember, Roger, remember your Leviticus.
A man shall revere his mother and his father, and observe my Sabbaths.
See? Where's the revering? I don't see any revering of your mother going on. I see a lot of Sabbath observing. You observe the Sabbath like it's your job. Mother revering? Not so much.
Ma, please. This is really not the time for this discussion.
When is the right time then, Roger? After I die?
Let me mark the calendar.
Such disrespect. I'm an old woman, Roger. Your father, may he know only peace, went like that. I could go the same way. Then, where will you be?
At the funeral home. Where else? I'll be the one wearing a carnation and revering you.
This is why my knee never talks to you.
Ma, listen. I would like to talk to you about something else. Something kind of important.
Fine. It's going to possibly hail as well.
Thank you, Nee, for me. But no, this isn't about the weather. This is about last night.
Last night? What happened last night? I think I fell asleep watching Wheel.
Yeah, you did. After that, I went up into the attic.
The attic? What for?
I've been going up there for the last few weeks or so.
How did I not know this?
I wait till after supper. You always fall asleep watching Wheel. That's when I go.
So, what's up in the attic?
A lot of old stuff. Stuff we haven't gone through in a number of years.
You're not up there masturbating, are you?
What? No! Why would you even say that?
Your father's old Playboys are up there. Didn't think I knew, did you? My Murray loved his boobies.
Ma!
Why are you up in the attic, Roger? If you're not up there spilling seed left and right.
Oh my God! Would you please refrain from ever saying that again? I just threw up in my ears a little.
It's against God's law. You know.
There's a lot of things going on here against God's laws, Ma.
You leave seed on the ground. It can't grow into a baby. That's all I'm saying.
You're dead!
What?
I said you're dead, Ma. Deceased, gone, expired, extinct. You're dead.
Are you threatening me, Roger?
No, I'm not threatening you. I'm just saying you're dead. Or you're supposed to be.
Is this because I'm old, Roger? Nice way to revere your mother.
No, Ma. It's something I found late last night.
I don't understand. What is that?
Read the top line.
Certificate of... What is this? A fake paper you get at a gift store? Is this a prank, Roger?
No, Ma. Listen. I found this in a box of Dad's stuff. I've been trying to find something online for years, but the records were spotty. Don't know why this fell through the cracks.
That's a joke. That's not real.
I'm pretty sure it is. This seems like the kind of thing Dad would have kept.
He would not keep a joke, Roger.
It's no joke, Ma. This is your death certificate.
Obviously, it's not.
Rosalind Leah DeButchnik, age 64.
I'm not 64, Roger. I'm 76 years old. This is a mistake.
Immediate cause of death, myocardial infarction as a consequence of coronary artery disease.
But I'm fit as a fiddle. I could go another 30 years with this heart.
Date of death, June...
Give me that. I won't have it here. It's not true.
Ma, you died 12 years ago.
Died? How is that possible? I'm here, now. Walking, talking.
That's the part I can't figure on.
Well, if I died, why doesn't anyone know about it?
I've known about it, Ma. I've known for years. I just never had proof till now.
What proof? I can't be dead. I won at bingo on Tuesday. Dead people don't win at bingo.
I can't explain it, but as sure as I'm standing here now, you are dead as a doornail. I was at the funeral. I helped carry you from the hearse. I was there when they lowered you. Ma, there's a lot of strange things that go on in this world, but you're not supposed to be one of them. And yet you are. I'm sorry.
Roger, my son with the overactive imagination. This is just some cockamamie notion you have in your head. You watch the Star Treks too much, I think.
This isn't my imagination.
If you buried me, how am I here? Did I claw my way out? Am I suddenly a mole person?
I don't know.
I think I would have noticed if I had to dig my way out of 6 feet of dirt.
You showed up at my door 3 days after the funeral, like you'd just come from the hairdresser's. You were immaculate, like nothing had happened. I almost had a heart attack when I opened the door. I was so pale, you told me I needed a sandwich and took me out to lunch. We talked about the weather. We talked about my job. We talked about everything except the goddamned undead elephant in the room.
Is this a thing you say to your mother? That I'm an elephant? I have a problem with blowing.
You're not an elephant, Ma, but your current existence on this fucking plane
and
is...
don't swear.
This is completely fucked up.
Oh, so because I'm maybe dead,
No maybe about it.
you can drop your F-U bombs all over the house?
It's an F-bomb, Ma, and right now I am Tom Cruising it all over the place like Top Gun, and I'm gonna carpet F-bomb this place until something starts to make sense. I've been living with my dead mother...
Can you maybe soften it a little? Say I'm living challenged.
Fine, I've been residing with my living challenged mother for the past 12 years, trying to somehow find a way to have the talk.
At this point, you don't need me to explain that. I figure your Schicksal girlfriend can do that.
Not that talk, Ma. The one where I try to convince you to go back into whatever place you ended up after the funeral. You had to be somewhere those 3 days.
Why didn't you say anything before now?
I did. The first thing I said to you at the door was, "You're dead to me." You looked at me and said, "I'm dead to you? You're the one who looks like he hasn't slept all week. Now stop insulting your mother and take me to Hessman's Deli, my treat."
And you didn't pursue the matter?
I was in shock. It's not every day you offer to treat me.
My son, the comedian. If I'm so dead, why doesn't anyone else remember this?
Ma, you and Dad didn't have that many friends to begin with before you died. I think those that were either passed on, moved to other towns, or just forgot about you.
No one remembers me?
No, that's not what I meant. Of course they remember you. But they remember you when you were part of their lives. When you went to lunches and bowling and temple.
No one ever asked me to go out after I went.
Well, they wouldn't have had a reason to ask you, right? They never knew you came back.
And you never told anyone.
I didn't really believe you were back. I thought this was just my way of coping with your passing.
My son reduces me to a stage of grief. You see the disrespect.
There are only 5 stages of grief, Ma. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. There's no stage for kvetching.
Why? Why are you telling me this? Why now?
Ma, I was... Well, stunned isn't strong enough a word for what I felt when I opened that door. I was shocked, amazed, and appalled all at the same time, seeing you standing there after I'd just let you go. I thought I was having a breakdown. But part of me was so happy to have you back, I didn't care. I just went with it. You were back, even if only in my delusional state. So, what the hell? In a few days, I'd snap out of it and I'd get on with my life, and you'd be gone. But you never left.
It's clouding up.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Roger, is this for real? Am I really dead and gone?
Yes and no, Ma. Yes, you are dead, but no, you're not gone. You're right here with me.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
I wanted to say something, a number of times, but I couldn't. It's not the kind of thing you bring up during dinner. Hey, Ma, death has done wonders for your psoriasis. Pass the chicken, will you?
But now?
Things have changed, Ma.
What things? What things changed?
Well, it's about Kelly.
Who's Kelly?
My girlfriend.
What happened to Carrie?
There is no Carrie. It's always been Kelly.
But I met Carrie.
You met Kelly.
I don't know how you can see 2 girls at once. In my
Ma!
day...
May I continue? Kelly and I have been talking. She wants me to move in with her.
Move in with her?
Yeah. She's got a nice place over on the west side. I'd be closer to work if I lived out there.
Is this about me walking in on you boinking that one time?
No! It's not about that. And please stop saying boinking.
She's got good birthing hips, that one.
And you know this because...
When a mother walks in on a girl riding her son like a carousel horse, you tend to notice the little details.
Riding her son like a carousel horse. Really?
I could go back to boinking.
You do that. In the meantime, I'm moving in with Kelly.
I see. This is why you looked for my certificate of death? So that you could get rid of your mother now? Is that it? Your poor, old, now apparently deceased for 12 years, mother?
I'm not trying to get rid of you. I'm trying to move on with my life. Maybe you could do the same.
In other words, you want me to drop dead.
No!
That's what it sounds like. Ma, go back to the grave. You should live so long.
You'd be with Dad. That's a good thing.
Are you sure, Roger?
Sure about what?
Wherever I was those 3 days, I have no recollection of. I didn't see your father. I didn't see anyone.
But you came from somewhere.
Maybe this is the end of days. The Talmud says the dead will rise. I could be living proof, so to speak.
Well, it's the end of days here. In this house, at least.
I'm serious.
So am I. Now that you know, you're going to have to make other You're going to have to make other arrangements. I'll get it.
Who's that? Did you call Rabbi Hoffman to drive me out? Am I being repossessed?
No, Ma, you're not Did you just make a joke?
Who's the comedian now, sonny boy?
Great. Maybe you can take your act to the Catskills. Haunt someone up there. Coming! It's Kelly. I asked her to come over and help break the news.
She knows about me?
I keep no secrets from her.
Does she know about Carrie?
You tell her that one, Ma.
Hello, Mrs. Debuchnik. How are you this morning?
Kind of dead. How are you, sweetie?
Ma!
Well, I am, Raja. That's what my fine, outstanding Jewish son tells the long-suffering mother.
Long-suffering? How are you suffering?
I wanted a grandbaby before I died. Now I have to pester you for one after I died. Is that not suffering?
I'm sorry about you dying and all, Mrs. Debuchnik. Although it is kind of appropriate, I think.
And why is that?
Well, it's right in your name. Isn't Debuchnik derived from Dybbuk?
What?
I looked it up at work when Roger told me the story. I thought the name was strange, so I looked it up. A Dybbuk is a wandering soul, isn't it?
Who's wandering? I never wander. I stay in the house.
I think she means...
You stay out of this. My son who kicks his dead mother when she's down.
I haven't kicked anybody.
Mrs. Debuchnik, I just wanted to say that as a Catholic, I find the idea of a resurrected body that isn't Jesus to be somewhat scandalous.
Says the woman who makes my son Schmuck disappear into her nethers 3 days a week.
Ma!
As I was saying, although I find it hard to believe you exist, I can't doubt the evidence of my own eyes.
Or this death certificate.
I've enjoyed getting to know you these past few months since I met Roger, and I love visiting you both.
But you want to take him away from me nonetheless?
I don't want to take him away from you. I just want to welcome him into my life and home.
You see, Ma, it's time for me and you to move on.
So, no grandbaby? No pitter-patter of tiny feet?
Sorry, Ma. I don't know when it might happen. Or if.
Why? Is my boy shooting blanks now?
Ma!
It's all your seed spilling. I should call the CSI. I bet they could scoop something up from that crime scene of a bedroom.
Ma!
You two defiling my sheets. And yes, Roger, they're mine, not yours. I bought them, not you. And you don't even have the decency to spit out even one little baby to make my death worth living.
Mrs. Stabuchnik, I love your son very much, and I can think of nothing I'd like more than to have his children. It just hasn't happened yet. Give it time.
Not to put too fine a point on it, sweetie, but my hourglass ran dry over a decade ago, according to the grim Roger over there. I may not have any time left.
Then he and I better get to work making you a family you can enjoy while you're still here.
What are you saying?
Before the year is out, you better start getting ready to spoil someone. That's my promise.
Do I have any say in this?
No. Miracles of miracles. I'm going to be a grandmother. 12 years too late, but right on time as it so happens. I knew the Catholics could be good for something.
Not really the time to make promises like that, Kel.
Are you kidding? This is the perfect time to make promises like that. My son's baby maker gives me what I asked for mere minutes before you shove me out the door. What more could a mother want?
Ooh, you may not be a Catholic, Mrs. Stabuchnik, but you sure play the guilt card like one.
Call me Rosalind, sweetie. We're going to be family now.
Oh, so why don't you make the move to the west side with us?
Make the move?
We can't abandon your mother at a time like this. My place is big enough. I've got a wing of the house we can fix up for her. We'll save a fortune in babysitting fees. We'll use that to pay off the wedding.
Wedding? What wedding? I thought we were just going to keep things as they were.
Listen, boyo, I may be willing to engage in sin under your roof, but there's no way we're living in sin under mine. We're getting married before I have a baby.
Look at that. I gained a daughter-in-law and a possible grandbaby in one day.
Wait a minute, Ma.
No, you wait a minute, Roger. I think it's time we settled in for the long haul and built us a family. And that includes Mother Rosalind. What do you say, Roz?
I say, it's about time I moved over to the west side.
Woo!
Are you coming?
Coming?
You know, first step in baby making. Try to keep up, Roger.
Good one, Roz. We'll make a Catholic out of you yet.
I should die before that happens, honey.
You sure about this, Ma? I mean, it's been quite a day for both of us. I'm going to be a husband and eventually a father. You're going to be living challenged in a new neighborhood. It's a lot to think about.
I'm your mother, Roger. I'll be fine. You're the one with the bigger problem.
Problem? What problem?
You're the one who'll have to break the news.
Break the news? Break what news to who?
That other girl you have on the side. Carrie, remember her?
How could I forget, Ma? Thanks. I'll break it off today.
That's my good boy. Come on, sweetie. Walk a dead woman out to the car.
Don't you need a coat?
I don't think so. Maybe an umbrella, though.
You just listened to Hanging On for Near Life, written by John Busser and directed by Helen Mae Crawford, featuring Broken Arts Entertainment Company members Dana Hall from Illinois, Derek Kingsley from Maine, and Hannah Lee DeFreitas from New Jersey.